Hello, world and universe. Welcome to the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. And for all my continued followers, I want to say thank you. And this is an opinion-based video channel where I try to open your eyes and ears up to some of the travails and tribulations that take place throughout our cities, our states, our country, and sometimes around the world. And we are having travails and tribulations down in New Orleans with the New Orleans mayor, Latoya Cantrell, who has just been indicted. Black female, 53 years old, a graduate of Xavier University down in Louisiana, in New Orleans, and she's in a bit of a debacle. But before I get into that story, I want to talk about how for black men and black women in politics today, and even as U.S. attorneys, we have set precedents. There are so many black mayors, male and female today, that I have never seen before in today's time. And it makes you wonder or have a quandary over, with President Donald Trump, does this upset him to see this many people of color in these high political positions? Or is this a byproduct of DEI? Is that a real issue and a real thing? Because you're seeing, like in Chicago, you have a black mayor, Brandon Johnson. In LA, Los Angeles, you have Karen Bass, black female. Baltimore, Maryland has Brandon Scott, who's 41 years old. He's been the mayor since 2023. We also have a governor of Maryland, Wes Moore, who's 46 years old and has been the governor since 2023. And now you see this situation with President Trump sending in a National Guard into Washington, D.C., and they have a black female mayor named Muriel Bowser, who's 53 years old and who was elected back in 2014 as the mayor. So there's several. Eric Adams out of New York, who was indicted, and then the charges got dropped. He is the mayor of New York City. And now we have, and we had the first black female mayor here in St. Louis, Tashara Jones, who served one term, and she just recently lost her re-election campaign. Are we picking the right politicians, black politicians, or is this a byproduct of DEI? And does that even really exist? Are we putting the wrong people in the wrong places? And now you have this New Orleans mayor, Latoya Cantrell, who is caught up and who has been charged with fraud and corruption. And when I read this case to you, it sounds exactly like U.S. Attorney Fani Willis and her debacle down in Atlanta and Fulton County with Nathan Wade. She hired Nathan Wade to be her lead attorney. And remember, Fani Willis was going after Trump for the voter fraud scenario, and that's falling apart. You also have Attorney General Letitia James, who's going after Donald Trump, and she's being accused of some of the exact same things that she was charging President Trump with. So where are we sitting on? Are we picking the right people? Are we picking the wrong people? As I said, this is the first time in history where you're seeing such a large or a nice plethora of blacks that are in these high political positions. But under Trump's administration, this is a tough time to be a politician. The FBI is extremely busy, Homeland Security, indicting folks. You have the ICE situation with immigration that are going after illegal immigrants. And there is a lot going on. I don't know if I would want to be a politician in today. There are way too many eyeballs on folks, and just a slight misstep under this pugnacious administration of President Donald Trump, that if you get on his radar, you might be in trouble. And now you have the New Orleans mayor and her bodyguard lover charged with fraud and corruption. And this is how the story goes. The mayor of New Orleans and her bodyguard have been charged with fraud and corruption over claims they used public funds to fuel an alleged romance. Now, for those who have followed Fani Willis and Nathan Wade down in Fulton County, this sounds exactly and very similar to the same situation with Fani Willis and Nathan Wade. But this time it's with the New Orleans mayor and her bodyguard. Prosecutors said that Mayor Latoya Cantrell developed a personal and intimate relationship with Jeffrey Vappy from October 2021 while he was part of her protection team. Now that's important because according to her bio, she was married. So remember that says it's from October 2021, but she was married to a gentleman named Jason Cantrell who died in 2023. So 2 years after this alleged relationship started. From then until his retirement in June 2024, this is the bodyguard, Jeffrey Vappy. The pair are accused of claiming Mr. Vappy was on duty when they were actually engaged in personal activities, including during 14 separate domestic and international trips. Remember, now the same thing happened with Fani Willis and Nathan Wade, where they were going on extemporaneous trips, expensive trips, allegedly on the taxpayer dollars. Same accusation. Neither Cantrell nor Mr. Vappy have publicly commented on the allegations. The city of New Orleans told the Associated Press that it was aware of the charges and that the mayor's lawyer was reviewing them. Federal prosecutors alleged that Mayor Cantrell and Mr. Vappy used secure messaging platforms like WhatsApp and its auto-delete function while exchanging thousands of messages to perpetuate their continued fraud. This allowed the pair to have their relationship and their alleged unlawful activity, according to prosecutors. While in New Orleans, they treated a city-owned apartment as their personal shared residence and spent time there together while Mr. Vappy claimed to be on duty and was being paid for his protection work, prosecutors allege. The two were also said to have taken personal trips, including to a vineyard in California to take part in a wine tasting experience, while Mr. Vappy was on duty to maximize their time together. And this was at a cost of $70,000. This is exactly the same allegations that they had accused or have accused Fani Willis and Nathan Wade on taking trips on taxpayer dollars to Napa Valley, to Miami, to even out of the country. It's almost the exact same scenario. When asked about these trips, Mayor Cantrell previously said she brought a bodyguard with her as a matter of safety due to the COVID pandemic. Prosecutors contest this claim and cited occasions when she traveled alone. U.S. Attorney Michael Simpson said their relationship did not constitute a crime, but reflected a years-long fraud scheme that used public money for personal ends by exploiting their power and their authority, according to CBS News. At an undisclosed point in their relationship, a member of the public took photos of Mayor Cantrell and Mr. Vappy dining together while the latter was said to be on duty, talking about Mr. Vappy as her personal bodyguard. Mayor Cantrell filed a police report and sought a restraining order against the individual. The two are also accused of intimidating subordinates, lying to FBI agents, and committing perjury by making false statements to a grand jury, which decides the grand jury, which decides whether charges should be brought in certain cases in the United States. The same allegations that they said about attorney Fannie Willis and attorney Nathan Wade. If found guilty for Mayor Cantrell, any of the charges could bring multi-year prison sentences and fines of up to $250,000. Mayor Cantrell, who's a Democrat, is the first female mayor of New Orleans in the city's 300-year-old history, having served since 2018. She is set to leave the office next January. So she's been the mayor, first black mayor. It's alleged that she's using the coffers from the mayor's office as her personal spending account, and that she has been cohabitating and collateralizing fun time with her supposed bodyguard, and that they're using taxpayer money to do this. They took a trip to California, a wine tasting trip that cost the taxpayers over $70,000. This story sounds exactly like, as I say again, U.S. Attorney Fannie Willis and her debacle with attorney Nathan Wade, and that's still up in the air. And now we unfortunately have this situation with the mayor of New Orleans, Latoya Cantrell, I would say Latoya, and her supposed bodyguard have been engaged in this personal matter, this intimate personal matter, even before Mayor Cantrell's husband had passed away in 2023. What are we doing? Is this a real DEI issue that we're picking the wrong politicians? Do we need to vet these people better? Are black people just voting for folks based on identity politics and not really doing a vetting system to see and to ensure that these people that look like you should be representing you? If she's using the coffers of the taxpayers' dollars to have this elaborate life with the bodyguard, then that's something that is going to get her in a lot of trouble.